morning to all of you. Today in economics, I am going to continue the same lesson, production analysis, learning objectives, to understand the concept of elasticity of supply. See, elasticity of supply. Elasticity means the degree of responsiveness. Elasticity of supply may be defined as the degree of responsiveness of change in supply to the change in price on the part of a sellers. It's mathematically expressed as elasticity of supply equal to proportionate change in supply divided by proportionate change in price. Next, let us see types of elasticity of supply. There is relatively elastic supply, unitary elastic supply, relatively inelastic supply, perfectly inelastic supply, perfectly elastic supply. Let us see detail one by one. First, relatively elastic supply. The coefficient of relatively elastic supply is greater than 1. 1% change in the price of commodity, 1% change in the price of a commodity, more than 1% change in the quantity supplied of the commodity, BD2, there is a big gap. Then next let us see unitary elastic supply. The coefficient of elastic supply, unitary elastic supply is equal to 1. 1% change in the price of a commodity causes an equal change in the quantity supply of the commodity. Next, let us see relatively inelastic supply. The relatively inelastic supply coefficient is less than 1. 1% change in the price of a commodity causes a less than 1% change in the quantity supplied of the commodity. Next, let us see perfectly inelastic supply. The coefficient of elastic supply is equal to 0. 1% change in the price of a commodity causes no change in the quantity supply of the commodity. So that the curve is a vertical curve, perfectly inelastic curve. Next, let us see perfectly elastic supply. The coefficient of perfectly elastic supply infinity. 1% change in the price of a commodity causes an infinite change in the quantity supplied of the commodity. Perfectly inelastic supply curve is a horizontal. Next, let us see factors governing elasticity of supply. Nature of the commodity, cost of production, technical condition and time factor. Let us see one by one in detail. Nature of the commodity. Durable goods can be stored for a long time, so the producers can wait until they get a high price. When they get higher prices, larger supply is possible. The elasticity of supply of durable goods is high, but the perishable goods like fruits, vegetables are to be sold immediately. So perishables have low elasticity of supply. Then next let us see cost of production. When production is subject to either constant or increasing or decreasing returns, additional production and therefore increased supply is possible. So elasticity of supply is greater under diminishing returns. Increase in output leads to high cost. So elasticity of supply is less. Next, the technical condition. In large scale production with huge capital investment, supply cannot be adjusted easily. So elasticity of supply is lesser. When capital equipment is less and technology simple, the supply is more elastic. Then next let us see time factor. During very short period when supply cannot be adjusted, elasticity of demand is very low. In short period, variable factors, that is labor, can be added and so supply can be adjusted to some extent. Elasticity of supply is more. In long period, even the fixed factors can be added and hence supply is highly elastic. Okay students, go through the textbook, learn well. Thank you.